Bama has been doing a great job. We've been interacting in terms of studies, and I've seen that he's doing a pretty good job. Even I have followed up, even to YouTube, to his channel, and he's doing pretty good. And to the students, I should say that if you want to learn and get more understanding of these set books that will be represented to you in YouTube and the videos you see there, you have to follow Jeff Bama, and don't forget to subscribe.
Do you love literature?
Yes, that's my hobby. Loving literature, that's my hobby. When Jeff Bama took me through, and I can testify that he's a good teacher.
Yeah. And what can you say about, what can you tell other learners?
Other learners. So the other learners, I can tell you that is only you trust in yourself about what you're being taught. Create time and just listen. Jeff Bama has been doing a great job. I hope that you've seen. He's doing a very good job at YouTube. Many teachers have just tried to do so, but the level that Bama is another level. So when you get to listen or to see the lessons that he's presenting on YouTube, they are pretty amazing and they are just good.
Don't forget to subscribe on our channel, YouTube, and Jeff Bama.
Thank you.
Again, it's an artist of the floating world, an optional set text that is to be done beginning next year, that is the year 2023. I will look at the title of this book, An Artist of the Floating World, and the main words in this particular title is the floating world. Yes, we have an artist, but an artist in the floating world. Now, the floating world mainly may mean a world that undergoes change or transformation. A world that undergoes change or transformation. And I have some evidence from this particular book that show some change, which is the main issue that happens in Japan, leading to Kazuo Ishiguro's author reflecting all this. Now, a world that is undergoing transformation, for example, we understand that the effects of the World War, that is the Second World War, affect Japan highly. And several characters are participating to depict that. As it is clear, most buildings in Japan seem to be affected and destroyed as a result of the war. Most people are killed. For example, when we look at some characters who represent that, we have Kenji, the son to the narrator Masuji Ono, is killed together with his comrades at the war. The wife to Masuji Ono, we also told, he is also killed. And that one reflects how most people in Japan are killed. So when we look at page 169 of this book also reflects some pleasure, to an extent that there is an area named the Pleasure District. And this is the area where most characters meet to enjoy in the evenings after work. Page 169, pleasure is enjoyed at night and vanishes in the morning. That pleasure reflects something that is changing. It is not permanent. It's only enjoyed at night, and in the morning it vanishes. So, the floating world can also mean the world of pleasure. And because these people like enjoyment, the way Ono spends most of his time, especially in the evening, drinking with his friends like his old pupil, Shintaro. So that shows that when they meet at Migidari Club as well as at Mrs. Kawakami's place, they enjoy even with the women of the pleasure quarters, as quoted in the book. So the book is actually about change. As we look at this title, it's actually about change, and several characters symbolize the change depicted in the title. So, for example, we have Masuji Ono. He also reflects the change that is depicted in the title itself. That he shifts from Moriyama, or he shifts from one farm to another. For example, the first time he works in Master Takeda's farm, that is the painting farm, and then he shifts to a different farm owned by his former teacher, Mr. Seiji Moriyama. And Seiji Moriyama is known as Mr. Mori, who is his former teacher in painting or art. Now, we also have the tortoise, who also shifts together with Masuji Ono from Master Takeda farm, where they work extra hours at night, and then they shift to Mori-san, where after work they find themselves in the pleasure quarters enjoying their drinks. For example, whiskey that Masuji Ono takes. So later, Masuji Ono, we are told that he retires from painting or from art at his old age, where he settles in a house that he purchases from Akira Sugimura. That is Akira Sugimura's family, a house that is very expensive but sold at a cheaper price. So another change that is depicted by the Sugimura's family. The Sugimura's family, as we know, as it is in this particular book, it is clear that this is a well-off family. But whenever Sugimura dies, the family changes into a very different life, a life that cannot be accepted by those who knew that family before Sugimura dies. That even all buildings, the best buildings are sold, and the last one is the one which is sold to Masuji Ono. Sugimura's daughters live a miserable life, as we are told afterwards. Masuji Ono also benefits from the last house, the one that he purchases at a very cheaper price. We have another character that reflects some change here, and that is Noriko. Noriko first married to Taro Saito, and the second time is when they agreed, because the first time negotiations failed. The negotiations between the Miyake family and Masuji Ono's family failed the first time, and the second time she is married to a different suitor, and that is Taro Saito, the son to Dr. Saito. So that is a change which is depicted and very clear. Now, also we have another character that depicts some change, and this is Shintaro, an old pupil to Masuji Ono. We are told that he misbehaves at Mrs. Kawakami's place, and after misbehaving, he gets lost. He does not come back again. So he changes his journey or errands to a different place. Now, even when you look at Mrs. Kawakami, she keeps on urging Masuji Ono to also look for the older customers who used to be there, so that the club can continue or regain its position that it had before. Now, we also have another character, and this one, let's look at the family of Miyake, or the Miyake's family. This family, as quoted earlier, engages in marriage negotiations with Noriko, that is the daughter to Masuji Ono, the narrator in this book. But later on, because of some misunderstandings here and there, they decide to withdraw from the marriage negotiations. And it is quoted in the book that maybe Jiro Miyake finds a different Satan that he marries later on. So that is another change that is clear and evident in this particular book. When we look at page 169, Mori-san, we are told of Mori-san, that is Seiji Moriyama, the teacher to Masuji Ono. He tells Ono how they used to enjoy themselves, that is in the leisure quarters with the women of that area. And Isaburo, there is a character by the name Isaburo. He used to enjoy the moment they enjoy with the women at the leisure quarters. He also says that the best things he always used to say are put together. And that night, they enjoy the whole night, and then the pleasure that they enjoy vanishes in the morning. And now, that particular area shows the relevancy of this particular title. That what people call the floating world, it was a world Misaburo knew how to value. That is Misaburo on page 169. There is also another page, page 170, in a dialogue between Ono and Mori-san. Ono says that he couldn't celebrate the floating world when he was not aware of how worth it is, or is not aware of its worthlessness. So there's also another page that gives some evidence of this particular title, that page 207, Ono tells Mori-san, that is his art teacher, that his conscience tells him that he cannot remain forever an artist of the floating world, that artists always occupy a decadent and an enclosed part of the world. So it cannot, in any case, in any way, it cannot continue being part of the floating world. So I think I will give more of this later. Thank you so much.